Good day, welcome. This is your Daily Med with Lady V. Our lesson comes to us today from Joshua chapter 24, from verse 24 through verse 28. We'll also use as a reference Genesis chapter 31, verse 30 to verse 34, and Genesis chapter 35, verses 2 through 4. So we will see that Israel had a problem with idols. So today's lesson is the problem of idols. Idolatry seems to have been one of Israel's besetting sins. Their earliest ancestors served other gods. And we could see that in our lesson in Joshua chapter 24 and verse 2. When Jacob and his family left Laban, it was Rachel, his wife, who carried off her father's God. Lesson in Genesis chapter 31, verse 30 through verse 34. When they arrived in the land, Jacob ordered his household to put away these strange gods. In fact, he hid them under an oak tree that was by Shechem. Genesis 35, verse 2 to verse 4. In the same place. Now, here is Joshua urging his generation to put away the gods which their father served. Joshua 24 verse 14. So as we pick up our lesson today, Joshua 24, it says, "And the people said unto Joshua, the Lord our God will we serve, and his voice we will obey." So Joshua made a covenant with the people that day and set them a statute and an ordinance in Shechem. And Joshua wrote these words in the book of the law of God and took a great stone and set it up there under an oak that was by the sanctuary of the Lord. And Joshua said unto all the people, "Behold, this stone shall be a witness unto us, for it hath heard all the words of the Lord which he spake unto us. It shall be therefore a witness unto you, lest ye deny your God." So Joshua let the people depart, every man unto his inheritance. So in today's lesson, we see a fourfold covenant between Joshua and Israel. Since the people insisted that they would serve Jehovah, the one true God, and not idols, Joshua made this fourfold covenant with them. And he erected a stone under a oak as a reminder. 1. The people promised to serve the Lord. In verse 18, in verse 21, in verse 22 and 24 of Joshua chapter 24. They promised to put away all strange gods. Joshua 24 and verse 23. They promised to incline their hearts to God. They promised to obey his voice in Joshua chapter 24 and verse 25. So Joshua wrote the covenant in the book of the law of God, which indicates that this book was considered a part of the law. Joshua sets up the memorial as a witness to Israel of this covenant that they have made. Please note that the covenant was one between Joshua and the people. There it is listed. It is not listed, as we would see, as one of the great covenants that God made with them. But they were making this covenant concerning God, but to Joshua. So we see that the contracting parties was Joshua and the people. Verse 28 tells us, so Joshua let the people depart, everyone unto his inheritance. As we recall, Joshua had called and assembled Israel for this farewell address. Joshua chapter 24 verse 1 through 15. This parting of the people from Joshua, who was their beloved leader, their beloved general of all their armies, the one who had brought them such great victories. He was the one who also divided the land in Canaan. He was the one who had been with Moses over these 40 years in the wilderness, along with their ancestors who died because they did not believe. They knew Joshua had come a long way from being a slave in Egypt to becoming a soldier and their general, the one who leads their army, and now he's in the capacity of taking over or succeeding Moses, the one who God told them that would lead them into the land. Joshua has done so much and much more. The people could understand this from their history and also being under his leadership. So as he rehearsed that which God has done to them, he has given them their history. This was one of the most touching and solemn occasion one could see in human history. The record gives no details of how he was buried, but many must have left that assembly weeping when they left his presence. A great man of God, one who obeyed God, one who challenged them to believe in the one true God. They must have wept so long when they realized that yes, this is a parting between us and our great leader. It is his farewell speech, and the Bible says they left his presence for their own inheritance, never to see their great leader again, because the story tells us that Joshua died. God bless you today. Thank you again for watching. Please like, please comment, also share, and don't forget to visit my YouTube channel, Daily Med with Lady V.